And welcome back. In today's video, we are flying out the Yak-3, which was requested by a viewer. The Yak-3 sits at 4.3 BR and is an amazing plane. Yaks, as well as most other Russian planes, are all-rounder vehicles in the sense that they are good in most metrics. The Yak-3 itself is a very good dogfighter and can handle multiple versus one situations better than most other aircraft at its own BR. The biggest downsides of the Yak-3, or most Russian planes in general, is its low rip speed and its low ammo count, so you have to be disciplined and sparing with your ammo. In this video, I have 3 matches, a 7 kill carry, a 6 kill carry, and a quick ace at the end of this video. Starting off, I'm above a massive furball of mostly red because my team got absolutely hammered this game in a 1v12. So I'm just kind of looking around, picking a target out, and the one I want to go for first is the Focke-Wulf 190. He is the highest, and he also is oblivious to my presence. And pretty much everyone is right now because they're all chasing the F4U. So I can pretty freely dive on this guy. And since the low ammo, I'm waiting to get in very close, so I know my shots are going to hit. And I set on fire, and then leave. He's not going to be able to catch me. He's on fire. He's pretty much dead. Now I'm just looking around. Spitfire is pitching up for some reason. Zoom climbing, and I think he just became aware of me now, but it was way too late to take his tail off, and now I zoom climb back up. Focke-Wulf 190 puts the fire out. However, he will be going down. He has no fuel. And Lord McWaffles in that Yak-3 is going to be probably the most dangerous plane. And you'll see in the end. So I start by diving on him, and he does a pretty good job defensive flying. However, I just can't hit him. And that right there is going to cost me a lot of time, a lot of effort. If I killed him there, it would have been a much easier game, I'll tell you that. But since I didn't, he's going to cause me a lot of problems. So now, I'm just kind of climbing above the 109, and although he will get pretty close to me here, I am baiting him because I do have more energy, and he will eventually stall below me. I just have to avoid his shots, so I turn horizontal directly over him to present a thin profile to make the shot even harder. And now I'm coming back down because he's stalling out. This allows me a pretty easy shot. He's way too slow to dodge. Sometimes the guns can be consistent like that. However, when an enemy's stalled out like that, it doesn't really matter what guns you have. Now I'm just climbing away from the Spitfire. And the Yak-3 has already zoom climbed and gotten to about my altitude, so he's going to be the main priority now. Turn back into him and then start a shallow dive to avoid his guns. And then I do also go vertical here, even though it is the same plane, and I accidentally ripped my flap because I wanted to try and dodge his guns. So that's also going to be a pretty big problem in this game. But he dives away since I do have a bit more energy. And now I switch targets to the Spitfire. And the Spitfire, I don't know what he was doing. He should have dove away, but he's just too slow to dodge. And I get a pretty easy shot and take his tail off. Now the Yak-3 comes back for more. The A673 now has joined the fight. And you're going to see him here stalling out for me pretty soon. There he is. He had no chance to get this shot. The Yak-3 pitches back up, but I'm going to have just enough time to shoot the A6M down. There he goes. Now 3 more people join the fight. However, they're much too low to help the Yak-3 out right now. Right here, I try and dodge his guns, but since I don't have flaps, it makes it a lot harder, and he gets a pretty good shot at me. And this is where the fight is pretty much over. I don't have much of a chance left. So now I'm just trying to stay out of the Yak-3's guns, doing my best to dodge. Because who knows, he makes a mistake, I get a kill on him, then I can take the rest of the enemies at a lower altitude. So I dodge again. And I'm kind of stuck in this fight because if I try and run away now, then the Yak-3 is gonna, or the Yak-3, excuse me, is gonna get guns on me, and I'm not gonna be fast enough to get away. Really risky, really sketch, but I believe at this point I have just enough energy to do this. In fact, I do. And the Yak-3 notices the danger, and he dives away, giving me a bit of time to kind of collect myself. And I'm looking for the 109 now. And he actually is right below me, and stalling out for me, so I switch over quickly. And I take him out. And now the Yak-3 turns around, and at this point, and so now I just RTB. So after I RTB, we have a Focke-Wulf above me. And I don't know which one it is yet, so if it's an A model, he's pretty much dead. If it's a D model, then I have a bit more fighting left to do. So I'm just kind of leveling off to get some speed, and he is going to have a lot more entering this fight. Kind of taunting him here, let's dance, you know, and here he comes. So I start my shallow dive, equalize the energy a bit, and once I get up to speed, have enough speed, I'll start turning in and prepare for the reversal. So I set it up, shoots past, misses me. Now, I'm on his 6. Get a couple of hits there, and he is very fast, and so I just can't hit him here. However, soon enough, he won't be fast enough to dodge, and there goes his wing. So now we have a Spitfire diving on me, and if you look at the tickets, you can see that I'm not going to be able to fight him. And so yeah, after a couple of seconds here, trying to bait the Spitfire down, tickets go out, and we lose. Moving on, we have a 6-kill carry without rearming actually. So we start off above a BF-109. So I dive down. He goes down as well. And I just miss. Now I go up back after. This was a bit scary, but I am dodging. He has gun pods, and I'm very confident now that I can drag him up and dogfight him. He has nowhere near enough energy, so he goes horizontal. He should have dove it away, but he didn't. I can't seem to hit him here, but he will go down eventually. Very sloppy aim. Wasted a lot of ammo there, but I take him out, and now the 109, the second 109, is coming in for me. So I'm leveling off to get a bit of speed, and he actually doesn't turn into me instantly, which is fine by me. So I start off by going up, and I'm going to get the first shot here since I'm slower and I cut inside of his loop. Landing flaps to get the shot. I shoot, and he goes down in one burst this time. And now, instead of diving on the J-21A here, there's a Spitfire as well as a Focke-Wulf above me. So I zoom back up, and right now I'm just assessing the situation, what needs to be done, what target I need to go for. Spitfire is not really climbing as the Focke-Wulf is, so I switch on over to the Focke-Wulf here. And yeah, the Spitfire is now out of view. He ends up actually diving to the deck, so I made the right call by switching over here. Focke-Wulf is now turning to head on me. And instead of taking the head-on, you do not want to take head-ons in this aircraft. I go to the side, I pitch down to gain speed, and I dodge. And I go up now because the Focke-Wulf has no chance against this thing in a dogfight, and he ends up just diving away. Does the right thing, and leaves me in the dust, so I switch back over to the 109. So I start above the 109 here.
Launching an attack.
And he's not going to be able to get a shot on me because I have so much more energy. So I go up and horizontal, and he turns into me, so I deploy my landing flaps to get the shot. He turns horizontal, give me a full broadside for some reason, I don't know why, and I take his wing off. So after I killed the 109, I'm now above a furball, and instead of diving on the Spitfire down there, I choose to try and go for the J-21 and the Focke-Wulf 190 at low altitude because I'm trying to help my P-51. So I zero throttle here because at these altitudes you do not want to risk ripping in this thing. This thing has a very low rip speed. And so I'm just kind of picking which target I want to go for. The P-51 seems to be turning towards the Focke-Wulf, and so the J-21 is going to be on a 6. So I go for him instead. And he is completely oblivious to me. I shoot, take his wing off. The P-51 sets the Focke-Wulf 190 on fire, and the J-21 will soon bail out. And so I made the right call by going for the J-21 there. So after climbing, there's a Focke-Wulf now above me, and I'm just leveling off to gain some speed, waiting for him to pitch down and attack me, but he actually doesn't. And so now I have enough energy to try and spike him here. And if he went straight vertical there, I probably wouldn't have killed him. However, my aim is not going to end up killing him here anyways. At that point, I just stopped firing. He's too far now. And so I just kind of straight line it to try and accelerate enough to get behind him. And he starts turning still. He could have dove away and maybe taken out the C-202 along the way. But instead, he just starts turning and trying to be defensive. And he gives me a full broadside shot at his plane now. The second burst hits. I'm just kind of switching over to my MGs to save cannon rounds, and I get a second fire with the Bearsons, so I move on. He will be going down. So skipping forward here, I am diving on a 109, and he is just going to run back to his airfield. I'm nearing my red line speed, and at this point, I just pitch back up, because I'm not going to be able to catch the 109 before he gets to his airfield, or before I rip. So I just kind of climb away. There's not a point in chasing him. So now I found myself diving at their secondary airfield because there are two enemies down there, a Spitfire and a B-25. And so I'm just kind of zero throttling, not redlining. Here comes a C-202, and he goes for the Spitfire. And so he kills him. I go for the B-25. Kind of redlining. I go to the side a bit to try and avoid his gunners. He's actually still shooting at the C-205. I zoom in, and I'm aiming for his right engine here. And I actually get a bomb explosion. Luckily, it doesn't damage my plane, and so now I climb back up to try and go help the P-51 with the BF-109. So this is maybe 2 minutes later, and I'm now at the same altitude with the 109, and I set up for a reversal here, because I want to not let him get back to his airfield, because he's been camping it pretty much the entire game. And so I dodge, and I'm actually a bit faster than him here, so he's going to get another shot at me if I'm not careful, right here. So I dodge again, just go over. And now I drop the flaps, and at this point, since I'm so low on fuel, I outturn him slightly, and I can just kind of keep using my flaps, keep rolling over him like this, and if I keep it tight enough, he's not going to get a shot. He turns the opposite way, and this gives me a pretty free shot, and I take him out. That is game. So moving on here, we have a quick 5-kill game. I start off by pitching up for a B-17. I have just enough energy to do this. I get a little crit, and yeah, I just dive away. So after I hit the B-17, we are now above a pretty big furball here. And the first target I want to go for is the P-51, because he is the highest and the closest to me. He tries to roll under, and I'm going to be able to get a shot before I compress. Then I see a J-21 below me, and I also get a really quick shot on him, and I get severe damage on both of them. So the P-51 goes down, the J-21's engine is gone, the BF-109, I just barely miss, and now I have enough energy to spiral out of the Corsair's guns. The Corsair should dive away here, but he instead goes vertical. The J-26 is not the priority target. I can go for him later. Corsair is stalled out now. Give me a pretty easy shot. Take him out. And that is a pretty quick triple kill. The J-21 will eventually go down because his engine is dead. So now I'm just kind of turning around, assessing the situation. XP-50 is going down. J-26 turns back in, and so now I switch over to him. And he's definitely going to want to go head on with me here. And so I shoot it a tiny bit, I pull off. I stuck that head on for a bit too long, but I have enough energy to go vertical over him here. And he's not going to be able to get a shot here when trying to follow this. So all I have to do is just go horizontal, get out of his guns, let him stall out, and I'm not going to have enough turn rate to pitch in here, so I have to go up a bit more and then wait. This does allow him, though, a chance to dive away. I'm a bit faster, but at these speeds, my aim also wasn't the best, but it is hard to hit him at these speeds. I'm just about to start ripping, so I pull off. Try not to go over 680, or else you stand a very big chance of ripping your wings. The J-21 goes down, and I will eventually catch the J-26. I have just enough energy to, just enough altitude over him. And if I just kind of stay at this speed, right above my red line, and shallow dive after him, it is above his top line, or top straight line speed. Yeah, with time, I will catch him. Realizing this, the J-26 starts turning. And if I play this properly, you can't do much here. Just miss. My rudder is compressed. And I also retain more energy than him in a turn. And so, as a last-ditch effort, he goes head-on with somebody, allowing me a pretty easy shot to take him out. And now, the last enemy in the match, the Yak-3, is ahead of me. So I'm just kind of zoom climbing up, getting on his altitude so I can gain some advantage. And he does not want to go head on. So, since he's the last guy, I might as well push it. Pretty tough shot to get there, but I ended up hitting him. And I think I took off one of his elevators. And I line up for another shot, and I take him out. And that is 5. That's game. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any suggestions of planes to fly out, leave them down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.